everyone, I'm Rapunzel, and I am so happy to be able to tell you all my story and being able to help you all out with the support group to reach out if you need help with reconnecting with your family. And I would just love to help you guys because I, for one, was unknowingly just taken away from my family, and I never knew what was missing in my life, and I always felt like I didn't belong where I was. So, with you all being able to reach out, you guys are already a step ahead of me than I was. So, for one, I was born with magical hair, and it has the ability to heal anything and anyone. So, for one, there are just a lot of horrible people in this world, and a lot of people who wanted to take advantage of my ability. And the worst day to come was a woman named Gothel. She got me at my most vulnerable times in my life, and I I unknowingly grew up with Gothel, and she called herself my mom. She kidnapped me as a baby, and she ripped me away from my family, and she raised me on her own, as her own. And I didn't know in the moment, but just now thinking of it, just thinking of it, I had been locked up in a tower till age 18, and from my understanding, I thought that the entire world was against me because that's what Gothel had told me. But I did grow up with my best friend Pascal, and I adore him, and I would always look for help from Pascal or advice on anything, no matter what it was. And those very little things every day that I loved to see. And I love to see the shooting lights from the sky, which I now know are shooting stars. And I would love to also see the water falling from the sky. And what I thought was even more beautiful was when I would get to see the fluffy snowfall. And oh my God, those things every single day just really excited me. But my favorite of all time was the floating lanterns. And it was awesome because they would fall on my birthday, and it was all that I wanted to see. But unfortunately, that is what Gothel told me was my curse. And it happened every single day on my birthday. But I was told that that was just my curse. So thankfully, from what I would have never guessed, was the love of my life who saved me. And his name is Eugene. He is the reason I'm able to stand here and talk to you guys today. He showed me the world and what life could be if I would have just left my tower earlier. And he showed me my real family and what love truly is, and not someone who would just use me for my ability. And I went on adventures for the first time, and I went on them things that I just could have never imagined, and even found out that I was a lost princess. And to this day, it really blows my mind. And I grew such a deep love for Eugene, and I had felt just the true meaning and what it was like to grow a bond with someone that strong. And I feel so attached to him and so connected than I ever felt with anyone in my life. And he led me to my family now, and he just shows me the normal things that I'm able to do every day with the world, the normal things I'm able to do. And in the end, it just made me realize how selfish and cruel people are in this world, but that there's definitely a lot more good people, I guess, to just overcome the bad. And I now realize why Gothel told me that love was forbidden and you'll always get your heart broken. And it's because she never wanted me to let go that way so she can live on forever. And she did that so I would never find love. And that love would end up guiding me to my real family, which she never wanted in the end. So I now realize why the lanterns were forbidden, and I now realize why Gothel didn't let me go, because the whole town lit them for the missing princess, which was me. And I now know that Eugene was really trying to save himself from the bad guys that he stole from, and he just happened to run into me in the tower because he was trying to hide. But I guess it was a blessing in disguise, because he was a bad guy, and if he wouldn't have been, he would have never met me, and I would have never led him to the good that he is now. And his love just grew deep for me, and that overpowered his true intentions of stealing it and just stealing from people. And it drew him to a deeper intention of wanting to get me out of my tower and away from my kidnapper that I had no idea of. And I choose to carry that on to you guys to help you reconnect with your families, because me, one for all, I know your pain like no one else, and I can bring that missing piece back to your life. Thank you all.